Hi everybody, today I wanted to talk about the question that I got all week from quite a few people. So I don't know if it's the transition in seasons where people are really feeling that need to make some changes, but I know that a lot of people are struggling with it, and I kind of wanted to give a little bit of input on it. So if you've read my tip that's attached to this, basically, I want you to know that we've all been there. We've all struggled with the feeling of how do I get going? I'm not motivated. I'm tired. I have absolutely every valid reason not to get started. Job, stress, school, children, husband, relationships, money. I'm tired. I don't feel good. I have aches and pains. These are all valid reasons that keep us from getting started. That being said, I really want to give you a few little tips to move forward at this time and also ease your mind. This is the conversation I had with those few people that asked me that question. So here it is. I think what happens is we all have this huge expectation that we have to jump in all or nothing. And that unrealistic expectations is what leaves us failing. In other words, we're just not going to get started. If we think we have to train an hour, 2 hours a day, eat perfectly, cut out absolutely every type of sugar possible, we just don't get started. About 85 to 90% of us have that mindset. It's an all or nothing mindset. Unfortunately, if we're not in the all, the nothing really sucks. And we don't feel good with that. So what I'm here to tell you today is just 3 things you can do to get started. So the night before, let's say for example, Sunday evening, tonight, you go to bed, you close your eyes, and you give yourself one thing to do better tomorrow. One. It doesn't have to be everything. You can try, one of the suggestions I gave one of my friends that called me about this was a 15-minute walk. Try a 50-minute walk at lunch hour. Another person who I thought is more fit, I told her to go for a run for 30 minutes on that lunch hour. Somebody else who I spoke to, who I know is far down the ladder of health, I just told her increase your water during the day for 1 week. When you just add one thing to what you need to do, your mind doesn't go into overwhelm, and your mind doesn't think, I can't do this. It's very feasible. It's logical, and it's easy to attain. And when it's easy to attain, we will set out to do that. And then we succeed at the end of the week. And so we want to continue doing things that are positive for us. You see, we gain momentum. So that's step number 1. The night before, for example, Sunday evening, close your eyes, think of one little thing, small, set baby goals. Even for all of you type A personalities who want to set the marathon goal, don't do it. If you're in the mindset of I cannot move, the marathon is going to totally discourage you and leave you in a space of you're not going to get started. So if you are feeling I just can't get started, step number 1. Give yourself a little bit of time before you go to bed and think of one thing you can do all week to make a change. More water, a little movement at lunch hour, that in itself is fantastic. Step number 2, write it down when you succeed. Put it in your iPhone, put it in any type of journal that you have, but write it down, give yourself a little sticker or a star and say, good job. Tell yourself, congratulations, you achieved your little mini goal. Yes, step 1, set out what you're going to do for the week. Step number 2, write it down. Acknowledge yourself. Take a few minutes every day to acknowledge what you have done. And then step number 3, set out every week to add a little something. And again, make sure you go back to step number 2. Journal it. Write it down. Acknowledge yourself for that mini success. That will really be a great way to get started. So if you're feeling discouraged, if you're feeling like you can't do it, if you're feeling like you are so lost and you have no energy and totally unmotivated, and your question is constantly, how do I get motivated? Just follow that little 3-part step. It's not complicated, and it'll really help you gain a little bit of momentum every week. I hope that helps, and I will also be adding on a little exercise of the week that you can add to your home workout if you're at that stage with me. Thanks so much, and have a great Sunday.